So I remember crying in Taare Zameen Par. And for me, आज आमिर सर के मूवी में I'm getting a chance to direct him. Be it Kamal Haasan sir's movie or Shivaji Ganeshan's movie, I will take 2-3 scenes and I will act. We have not seen a movie with people with special needs acting as themselves and having fun and making fun of Aamir Khan kind of legend. The suggestion for Genelia's name actually came from Aamir sir. मैं एक बनियान शर्ट जैसा नॉर्मल शर्ट पहन रहा था घर में एंड वीडियो कॉल आए एंड मेरा पहला ये थॉट था कि अभी मैं शर्ट पहन के ये कॉल अटेंड करूं या तो अभी अटेंड करूं क्योंकि ये कॉल शायद वापस नहीं आएगा. When a man has to direct a female, end of it I need a lot of support from the female because end of the day मेरा male gaze जो होता है उतना ही होगा. Aamir sir was suddenly he just stammered or stuttered on one line and he said sorry Sunil मैं ना भूल जाता हूँ just to be kind and nice to him मैं ना डायलॉग्स भूल जाता हूँ यार. तो you know what he said? अरे सर छोड़िए बड़े बड़े लोग को भी छोटे छोटे मिस्टेक्स होते हैं. नो प्रॉब्लम सर.
I have with me a director who's directed a film for Aamir Khan. I must tell you that Aamir has immense confidence in you.
Oh.
Because I think this is one of the rare occasions we are speaking to a director of AKB Productions before the film. So the film is obviously worked out to his satisfaction.
I hope so.
The trailer is good.
Thank you.
I'm telling you my feeling after seeing it.
Thank you so much.
Tell me, ये पूरी पिक्चर कैसे आपके पास आई और कब आई?
So first sir मैं मेरा हिंदी थोड़ा स्लोली आएगा. मैं ट्राई करता हूँ.
आप हिंदी में बोलिए इंग्लिश में बोलिए.
इंग्लिश में बोलिए. Doesn't matter.
जैसे आपको लगे.
Yeah, I'll speak a little bit of Hindi also.
Doesn't matter.
So I come from Chennai. So my earliest memory sir is जब तारे ज़मीन पर रिलीज हुआ था and सर आमिर सर को मिला था बेस्ट डेब्यू डायरेक्टर अवार्ड. He got the award in Chennai. It was called Gollapudi Srinivas Award. And this Aamir sir, who doesn't go for any award functions usually, he came all the way to Chennai to receive this award. And there was a very prestigious director called K. Balachandar, who's a doyen of Indian cinema. So he presented the award to Aamir sir. And I was a film school student who was outside. एक होता है वो ऑडिटोरियम के अंदर क्राउड है, उसके बाद बाहर का क्राउड है. मैं वो बाहर के भी बाहर था. एंड आई रिमेंबर सीइंग आमिर सर फ्रॉम द क्राउड यू नो एंड नोटिंग कितने हम्बल और कितने स्वीट इंसान है. द वे ही वाज इंटरेक्टिंग विद एवरीवन, नॉट रशिंग एंड यू नो सो मच ऑफ क्राउड वाज देयर. सो आई रिमेंबर क्राइंग इन तारे ज़मीन पर लाइक एवरीबडी. एंड फॉर मी आज आमिर सर के मूवी में आई एम गेटिंग अ चांस टू डायरेक्ट हिम. It's the biggest God's blessing, I feel. And this journey, how it started, I remember ये कहानी जब मैं सर को पिच किया था, मेरा पहला थॉट ये था कि यार अभी तो शुभ मंगल सावधान किया है, एक पिक्चर किया है. सो मेरा मन में ये था कि ये कहानी के लिए सर परफेक्ट है और विदाउट सर देयर इज नोबडी एल्स हु कैन डू द जस्टिस एज अ सुपरस्टार, एज एन एक्टर, एज अ प्रोड्यूसर, तीनों स्फीयर में. और उसके बाद मैं सैड हो गया क्योंकि इफ आमिर सर इज द ओनली ऑप्शन फॉर यू एज योर सेकेंड फिल्म, वो तो होने ही नहीं वाला है. सर मैक्सिमम बोलेंगे हाँ बेटा ट्राई कर, एक और टाइम एक और बार मिलते हैं, बिकॉज सो डिफिकल्ट टू कन्विंस सर. सो आई थिंक समवेयर दिस मूवी वॉज डेस्टिन्ड टू हैपन एंड समवेयर आई फील दैट ये जो हमारे स्पेशल एक्टर्स हैं, हमारे सितारे जो बोलते हैं, उनका प्रेयर्स, उनका पेरेंट्स का प्रेयर्स, उनका मैनिफेस्टेशन जो बोलते हैं, वो शायद ये पिक्चर का मेन रीजन है. That why
so did you get a meeting with Aamir easily?
Well, thanks to Shamath, his manager. So they had reached out after Shubh Mangal saying that हमको बहुत पसंद आया फिल्म, तो आपके पास कुछ स्क्रिप्ट है तो लेके आना, हम प्रोड्यूस करने के लिए ट्राई करते हैं. All that. So that time I had asked him that हाँ I want to, you know, then in my mind I had kept 10 years as the 10 साल में let me keep sending and somehow it will happen, you know. So when I met Aamir sir, from that time I think it took about a year. I was pitching some 1 or 2 ideas and it had not yet reached Aamir sir. I told Shamath कि भाई हम पहले नेट प्रैक्टिस कर देते हैं, जब तुम्हें अच्छे लगे then we will take it, because he knows Aamir sir's thing and all. So this particular I think subject matter सर को बहुत पसंद आए एंड आई रिमेंबर मैं चेन्नई में था, घर में था, मैं एक बनियान शर्ट जैसा नॉर्मल शर्ट पहन रहा था घर में, एंड वीडियो कॉल आए, एंड मेरा पहला ये थॉट था कि अभी मैं शर्ट पहन के ये कॉल अटेंड करूं या तो अभी अटेंड करूं क्योंकि ये कॉल शायद वापस नहीं आएगा. एंड
आमिर का था,
आमिर सर का कॉल, एंड इमीडिएटली ही कनेक्टेड विद इन, आई डोंट नो, वो एक सेकेंड में जो बोलते ना लव एट फर्स्ट साइट बोलते हैं, जो ऐसा मुझे इतना कंफर्टेबल किया सर ने. और सर वो मूवी के बारे में बात ही नहीं किया, मेरे बारे में बात किया. ये पूछ रहे थे कि वाई यू वॉन्ट टू बी फिल्म मेकर, वॉट इज योर, टेल मी अबाउट योर सेल्फ. तो मुझे लगा कुछ HR इंटरव्यू का वाइब आ रहा था उसमें. एंड जेन वाज आंसरिंग लॉट ऑफ इमोशनली क्वेश्चंस वी वर डिस्कसिंग, एंड सडनली ही सेड इट विल बी प्लेजर टू वर्क विथ यू. तो मुझे समझ में नहीं आया क्या हो रहा है. देन वन बाय वन मीटिंग स्टार्टेड हैपनिंग, द डिटेल स्क्रिप्ट नरेशन स्टार्टेड हैपनिंग, and it took its time, but every good thing takes its time to happen.
Did you tell him which idea was he telling you about? I mean, you had sent 2-3 ideas.
No, this we gave a proper narration. So my writer Divyanidhi Sharma he gave a proper narration to sir, and sir immediately loved it. He really loved it. And one of the biggest challenge was for me, मैं सर को बोल रहा था कि सर इसमें हमको रियल पीपल को लेना ही है. एंड सर ने बोला हाँ ऑफ कोर्स. तो मैंने सर को बोला सर इसमें आपका सपोर्ट मुझे चाहिए, बिकॉज इतने सारा ऑडिशंस करना पड़ेगा, बहुत टाइम लगेगा, उसके बाद वर्कशॉप करेंगे, उसके बाद ये सब करेंगे. सो सर हाँ तू आ जा बॉम्बे, विल स्टार्ट. एंड लिटरली लाइक आई वॉज वेटिंग फॉर अ ईयर और सो, बिकॉज दैट टाइम लाल सिंह वॉज हैपनिंग सो मेनी थिंग्स. बट नेक्स्ट डे ये सर कम, एंड देन वी स्टार्टेड द जर्नी ऑफ मेकिंग दिस सितारे.
Genelia D'Souza is a surprising choice.
Yeah.
What was the thought process? Was it your pitch or was it Aamir's pitch?
Yeah. So actually, this the heroine character in this movie is a very beautiful, very very beautiful character. Like how in Shubhangal Savdan, Bhumi's character called Sugandha was a very Indian woman in the sense कि vulnerable भी है but बहुत strong है. और you know the kind of women we see around us today, like my wife, my mom, you know, very loving but also very very confident and very particular about कि lot of things in life कि ऐसा ही करना है. So this character was again that today's Indian woman, that mix of vulnerability and strength. And so we were thinking what are the options, and we invited Genelia for having a reading and a screen test and all that. And the suggestion for Genelia's name actually came from Aamir sir. So when we were discussing names, he said, hey, you know what, Ritesh is a good friend of mine, and I just recently met Genelia, and she also wants to get back into acting again. And you want to, call her for a reading test or whatever. And I said, yeah, it suddenly struck as a great idea. I said, sir, ये तो बहुत interesting है, क्योंकि आप जब movie देखोगे, उसमें lot of, what do I say, nuances है, and there is a lot of, it's a very tough role to play, which she has done so well. And I think Genelia के अंदर इतना life है, इतना positivity है, इतना joy है, she lights up the screen.
She's very effervescent.
Second
time she's combining with
exactly
Aamir Khan Productions after Jaane Tu.
Yeah, and it was a delight working with her. Absolute delight working with her.
Why do you call her role as tough?
Because you know what happens is every role is tough, but especially when a man has to direct a female, right? Me trying to direct a female, at the end of it, I need a lot of support from the female, because end of the day, मेरा male gaze जो होता है उतना ही होगा. My experience of a woman is only through being a man, right? Either as a son, a husband, as a whatever, as a friend. तो जो female characters होते हैं मेरे लिए बहुत important होते हैं, बहुत मुश्किल होता है.
एक challenge है.
हाँ, correct casting करना है, क्योंकि I have to trust that woman a lot, because जो वुमन के अंदर जो हो रहा है, मुझे एक पॉइंट के बाद I can only be an audience. I cannot be a woman. So I need, for me, even in Shubhangal, I felt it was a very tough role to play, because for me to explain a lot of things to Bhumi, I can only explain until a point. She has to have that within her to, So for me, I feel more than a male character, a female character for me is very challenging as a director.
Bhumi also is a very good actress.
Amazing actress and a wonderful person.
Was it tough to handle the special children or the special characters which you have in the film?
It was not tough. On the contrary, it was an absolute joy and an absolute delight. What they bring to the, in fact, they made us comfortable. वो बोलते ना कि they made us comfortable and they made us welcome into their world. They are the kind of people, अभी जब हम मिलते हैं, we say hi, we say bye, we take some time to ice break. वो लोग जादू की जप्पी दे देते हैं. All my special actors, they give you so much of love and so much of joy from the word go. It's like you know them for many, many years, you know. So I feel उनके अंदर एक special energy है, एक positive energy है. And they are people who have gone through enormous challenges in life. And फिर भी वो इतने positive रहते हैं, इतने inspiring. जैसे कि हमारा videos we have been sharing of all our actors, कि one of them, Rishi, is a special gold medal winner in Special Olympics. They've done remarkable stuff. So actually it was not tough directing them. What required was that we had to give enough time and enough, patience for them to learn the basketball, for them to learn particular lines and acting. उतना ही है जो, which I think any young new actor, वो जितना टाइम लेते हैं उतना ही वो टाइम लिए. एंड एक और चीज़ मैं यहाँ पे कहना चाहूँगा कि शायद मैं एक चीज़ को 2 बार करूँगा, 3 बार करूँगा, 4 बार करूँगा और उसके बाद मैं छोड़ दूँगा. यार मेरा नहीं है इसमें, नहीं आ रहा है, छोड़ दो. पर ये सितारे जो हैं वो 100 बार करेंगे, 200 बार करेंगे, पर गिव अप नहीं करेंगे. Until the director is ready there, you know, believing in you, they will not give up.
Was it easy to convey what I'm trying to ask? Is that, was it easy to drive home the message that what you exactly want from them, scene to scene?
So what
them to absorb?
I understand your question. So what we did was that when we were casting the film, we had almost 2,500 auditions, right, amongst the special needs community. And what I was looking for as a director was, I remember me as a child, I always like to act. तो हर बार मौका मिल जाता है तो मैं जाके एक्टिंग करूँगा, या तो घर में करूँगा या तो बाहर करूँगा. सो मेहमान आते थे घर में और वी यूज्ड टू गिव देम चाय एंड कॉफी और व्हाटएवर. आई वुड बी द पर्सन अलॉन्ग विथ दैट एंड आई विल ऑल्सो एक्ट. अभी वो मेहमान को देखना है नहीं देखना है कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. बी इट कमल हासन सर्स मूवी और शिवाजी गणेशन्स मूवी, आई विल टेक 2-3 सीन्स एंड आई विल एक्ट. एंड माई फादर एंड मदर वर क्वाइट एनकरेजिंग ऑफ दैट. सो जो कीड़ा है अंदर वो एक्टिंग का एक डिज़ायर है, एक ड्राइव है. I was looking for that spark. Ki in our actors that we were auditioning, I just wanted that desire to act. So lot of them gave clips of them dancing at home, giving some speech, acting out something, mimicry. तो उतना ही मुझे चाहिए था कि they should have that desire to act. When you see some kids in class, they will always tap the feet. Then some teacher will say you are a naughty kid, but another teacher will say no, he's a dancer. तो वो नेचुरल इम्पल्स है डांस करने का, नेचुरल इम्पल्स है स्पोर्ट्स खेलने का. वो बच्चा को अभी कभी भी आप एक जगह पे you cannot make them to stand. So I feel all of these guys had that acting quality within them.
कुछ scenes आपने enact करके दिखाए because you are saying that you have that potential of, you know.
So we have to enact sometimes, but we are very careful कि we don't want them to become like acting. जो बोलते ना कि मैं अभी ये करूँगा वो तुम कॉपी करो, वो नहीं किए. What we did was we got them to learn all the lines like theatre. जैसे theatre में होता है. So when assistant Pawan है, so he used to sit with all of them and just teach them the line of every scene. We will go through the scene. We will do the whole line rehearsal. We will learn the line. Then we will stage the scene like theatre. So पूरा scene top to bottom. If I say okay ये scene अभी हम करेंगे तो पूरा scene वो करेंगे like theatre, top to bottom. And they used to have remarkable memory. They used to understand every line. The only thing is that it takes them some more time. Like for example, if you and I have to learn some lines, it will take us X amount of time. They may require 3x, 4x, 5x, but they were part of this rehearsal for almost, I would say, 6 months. And they enjoyed every bit of it.
Before they face the camera.
Yes. And then slowly we brought in, like for example, then I brought in Manoj Sharma to an actor and a workshop acting trainer to give them a lot of workshops on acting. Then we had Sylvan, our coach, to give them workshops on basketball. And we would constantly keep doing the scenes in different ways because हमको acting नहीं चाहिए, हमको reality चाहिए. And sometimes you have to, use a lot of every single tool. But they were extremely sharp. You will be very happy to know if any other actor forgets the line, they used to remind them. And Sunil used to tell, I remember this very clearly, Aamir sir was, suddenly he just stammered or stuttered on one line. And he said, sorry Sunil, मैं ना भूल जाता हूँ. Just to be kind and nice to him, मैं ना dialogues भूल जाता हूँ यार. So you know what he said? अरे सर छोड़िए, बड़े लोग को भी छोटे mistakes होते हैं. No problem sir. So they are amazing, yeah. Amazing. So yes, we gave them, the tools, but they are the stars.
So why you say that you didn't want actors? Because you have the option of taking actors and asking them to carry out the nuances.
See,
and it could have been a slightly easier
maybe
way of execution.
Maybe. But first of all, I never believed that it will be. See, क्या होता है? There is a certain honesty when you have, for example, a person with Down syndrome is a person who comes with a lot of that life within them. You may be Kamal Haasan, you may be Aamir Khan. You can do. Kamal sir has done Guna and stuff, movies like that. Aamir sir has done movies. You can definitely act, but जो एक quality है life का और truth का और honesty का, वो बहुत मुश्किल है. And especially we have not seen a movie in the mainstream with people with special needs acting as themselves and having fun and having a dialogue and making fun of Aamir Khan kind of legend. तो वो opportunity था ये picture में which I did not want to miss. And I think वो, if not for these Sitaare, this movie would not have been made.
ये टाइटल कहाँ से आया आपको? सितारे ज़मीन पर जो पहला था, you're calling this a spiritual sequel.
It came very organically. Actually, we didn't. ऐसा नहीं था कि ये immediately. I think maybe just before going to the shoot or something like that, and constantly क्या होता था कि I used to keep telling sir about तारे ज़मीन पर. कि if some other scene came here, of course ours is this Sitaare has got a lot of humor, it's got a lot of emotion, but it will make you hopefully laugh. So a lot of times I used to keep constantly talking about Taare Zameen Par in some context. Sir, जैसे कि वो movie में ये था, जैसे कि ये movie में ये था, and I used to ask sir how you directed. We used to watch together during lunch some scenes. Then suddenly, and of course Shankar Ehsaan Loy, so a lot of that was already there. And suddenly one day when we were discussing in the group, this idea came to sir that the thought in Taare Zameen Par is one thing and this thought is an extension of the same thought. And so why don't we make it as, like a spiritual sequel? Characters are different, but the thought is getting progressed. And I immediately jumped onto it. I said, that's amazing. But that has to come from him because he is the person who he's the person who directed Taare Zameen Par. So
did he have the urge to direct portions of this?
I think
because I think, if I'm not wrong, initially in Taare Zameen Par also he was not supposed to direct. First it was Amol Gupte. Now, इसमें contributions Aamir के?
I think Aamir sir is a person who is very respectful of every single department on set. Not only director, not only lyrics writer, even assistant director. And I feel that I've been blessed in this journey to have somebody like him who would work in, complete trust of the director. Like he is one person that I have worked with, like how Ayushman was. In my first film, I had my actor Prasanna. He's a person who's actually very empowering of the director. So I often tell him that, sir, it is very rare to find self-belief कि मेरे ऊपर कॉन्फिडेंस लेके जाना वो रेयर है पर एक और दूसरे बंदे पे कॉन्फिडेंस डालना like he did to me and to the other directors like Ashu sir, Nitesh sir and all that. So I think Aamir sir comes from enormous amounts of generosity and judgment. So, and I was lucky to have him on set.
So complete free hand. He didn't say ऐसे करो वैसे करो कभी भी.
I don't think he ever did that. And if at all he has an opinion, he will discuss with me. Like I would have an opinion about his acting, and I would discuss with him. And as a director,
did you have moments where you said, "Let's do it again," and then you were holding yourself back? कि आमिर को कैसे बोलूं?
Correct.
फिर से.
Yeah, actually, in fact, one of the first day of in the rehearsal and in the first day of shoot during the puja itself, I went and told him, "Sir, abhi I will have to come to you to tell you that can you do it again and all that. Are you comfortable with that? Because I'm going to say it with a lot of love, but I hope you receive it that way." He said, "हाँ वो तेरा काम है, तुझे वही तो करना है तुझे." So he is a person who actually, how many times I've gone and told him that, "Sir, can we do it another way?" Even simple things like ऐसा होता है कि suppose focus goes off in a shot. इतना डरते हैं लोग to tell to the superstar, you know, oh my God, तेरा perform. With Aamir sir, you can ask my DOP crew. Sir, sorry sir, वो focus out हो गया. हाँ, okay, no problem.
आपने देखा है लोगों को डरते हुए सेट पर?
Not on this set.
Not on this set.
I have heard about it. I have not had the opportunity to work with superstars.
फिर वही सीन रखा जाता है.
Which one?
जो फोकस हिल भी गया तो भी.
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. वो they also are coming from a space of you know,
मैनेज कर लेते हैं.
हाँ, तो वो हो जाता है. But I was thinking that since he's a superstar, how do I go and tell him? Will he, you know, listen to me? Will he not listen to me? I was having a lot of those thoughts. But the first meeting, he cleared all that out.
He put you at ease.
He puts everybody, and I'm telling you, not only me at ease. See how he has put the Sitaare at ease. This movie could not happen without Aamir sir on set. If you are an actor and I'm giving young actors next to you and you're a seasoned actor and you have to go for one more take because of anybody else, I would assume that you would feel a little awkward, as you need to. But Aamir sir would never do that. Whatever is required for that scene, do we have to do it 5 times, 6 times, 10 times? And you saw it in the BTS also, kitna masti chal raha tha set mein, because that environment is very important for our Sitaare to.
What was their reaction, the children? I mean, when they saw him first and ऐसे कुछ बातें उनको बोली कि हमने ये पिक्चर देखी है, ये नहीं देखी है, ऐसे कुछ.
No, they were all fans of him.
Remembered.
And they're all fans of him. And in fact, I would say that thanks to Taare Zameen Par, a lot of the organizations and the parents were very comfortable in allowing us to audition them. See, आपको ये मैं बोलूँगा कि जब हम special needs, people with special needs के साथ काम कर रहे हैं, they are very, very particular कि the people they have should be treated well on set. Because they don't want
the guardians and
the parents and all. I mean, they will want to feel that, are you taking good care? Pata nahi. They also don't know about cinema. So I don't know how it will happen. Will you be sensitive towards? Will you be a person who's going to be, you know, listening to what we are trying to tell you, or are you going to be a person who comes and says, "हाँ यहाँ पे आके खड़े रहो, हाँ shot ले जाओ." So early on, when I was thinking about all of this, then having Aamir sir's name, right, itself puts people. They are like, this is a person who's done Satyam Jayate. This is a person. This is Aamir. If he does something, he will do it with perfection and he will do it with that sensitivity. So that way, he empowered the casting process also. We got so much of love and so much of. And thanks to, particularly about Taare Zameen Par. Because so many of them have used Taare Zameen Par as a textbook in their organizations, as an awareness campaign to talk about children with learning disabilities and learning difficulties. So I think that way also, it opened up a lot of comfort. So
they were accompanied by parents and guardians.
Yes. They will be accompanied by parents. And we made sure that throughout the journey, the first thing I told the parents is that thanks to you, we are having this opportunity to make this movie. Because if you had not produced these 10 Sitaare as people who created them as a mother and father, where will I find these actors? This movie is about them. Is about their talent and their positive energy. So we made sure that all the parents are involved. In fact, we had a consultant called Neena ji who conducted workshops with the cast and the crew about what are the words we are supposed to use. Down syndrome क्या होता है, autism क्या होता है, how to deal with it, how to be respectful, कैसा होना चाहिए atmosphere on set. So we have learnt a lot of things in this process.
So what are the similarities, Prasanna, when you say it's a spiritual sequel, तारे ज़मीन पर and सितारे ज़मीन पर? What are the similarities? कुछ तो similarities होने चाहिए. I mean, because you're putting the word sequel there out.
Yeah. See, I think the thought, I would say it is from the heart of Taare Zameen Par. Like the heart of Taare Zameen. There is a certain heart to the movie, and there is a certain discussion in the movie which has never been had before about dyslexia. And the fact that people who we consider as inferior or people who we consider as disabled, Taare Zameen Par taught us that it is not true. They are differently able. And जो इस फिल्म में हम बोल रहे हैं, the thought is the same. Again, there are a set of people who are discriminated, and this movie raises the question that are what we assume about them, is it true or is it something else altogether in reality? And while that film chose the path of emotions and made us cry, this film chooses the path of humor and a lot of emotions too. But primarily, it's a film filled with a lot of humor.
I think there's a constant premise in the film, which is maybe very lightly tackled, and rightfully so. I mean, people are judgmental about people.
Correct.
And if you call X person with a certain ailment or with a certain disability, that very thing, then that should not be done.
Correct. Sabka apna apna normal. That is the title. That is the tagline. And I think what happens is, I would like to quote, which I told to Aamir sir also in one of the first meeting, that there is a saint in Tamil Nadu called Ramana Maharishi. And he was asked, Ki Swamiji, how do I treat others? So he said, but there are no others. तेरे और बाकी लोगों में फर्क ही नहीं है. You and everybody is the same. So once you start thinking like that, then you have empathy, then you have love, then you have compassion. So that concept which my grandmother taught me as a child, ki don't see anybody else as lesser to you or above you. You see everybody as the same, soul which is there in all of us. We are all connected, is what my grandmother taught me, which I found in this film. So in that sense, it's a very universal message of empathy, of compassion, of love.
I think बोलने का जो तरीका होना चाहिए वो भी इंसिस्ट किया है आप लोगों ने. जैसे लास्ट सीन में ट्रेलर में बैंड बजा देंगे तो नहीं, ऐसे नहीं बोलना है.
हम जीतने के लिए आए हैं, बेइज्जती करने के लिए नहीं.
हाँ. क्योंकि हम आजकल तो सब कुछ खो चुके हैं बोलने का तरीका all around us.
I think there is a lot of space for positive messages that cinema can give. And I think Aamir sir has been one of the persons who always does that. And like I remember watching even a movie like Lagan. It was a movie which was so beautiful and so innocent. It gives you hope. So I think that is also why I wanted this film to come through him. Because when it comes through him, then it becomes a film that resonates with fans like me who love him for those cinema which gives a very positive, very kind of like a happy message.
You had this story with you when you wanted Aamir Khan, but suppose you were not able to do with him. Could you have done it with someone else?
No. And you will know why when you see the film. And I've been very lucky. My Shubmangal also.
No, I'm sure we will know that because he's an immensely gifted actor.
Yeah, you will know. You will know why I feel that he's the only person who could have done it. When I did Shubmangal Savdan also, I instantly felt Ayushmann is the correct actor for it. Okay. And eventually it happened with him only. So I think there is a first, क्या होता है कि एक director के अंदर एक instinct होता है. So if not with Aamir sir, I really don't know who could have pulled it off. And not that anybody else cannot do, But I think a director has got a certain instinct. Ki, this is the girl I fall in love with. Now, if you ask me who's the other girl, I don't know.
You kept the same music directors, Shankar Ehsaan Loy.
Yeah.
Did you insist on them?
Well, I wanted Shankar Ehsaan Loy as much as like how Aamir sir and Genelia, all of them very instinctive. When Aamir sir told the name of Genelia, instantly I felt she's right. Same way when I was thinking about the music director, when I was telling Aamir sir the crew, like who are the HODs, Shankar Ehsaan Loy was the first choice because I think Shankar Ehsaan Loy they have a lot of apart from being great music composers, they have a lot of joy and a lot of childlike innocence in all their music, and it's very organic. So for me, I'm a huge fan of all their albums, be it Taare, be it Dil Chahta Hai, be it Laksh. I'm a huge fan of them. And when I proposed the name to Aamir sir and he said, yeah, I'll call them up, and I met them, I was so happy. And I remember telling them that, I'm a huge fan of all of you. And I'm going to be like bolte na wo Santa Claus, the kid meets the Santa Claus. So every time meeting them was a joy. It's absolute joy.
I can vouch for that. They are very much talented.
Yeah.
Far more talented than the due that they have been given. So far.
They ought to get a lot of love.
Thank you, Prasanna. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
We are definitely going to see the film.
Thank you.